Live in high definition from the area's most experienced news team, this is NBC 29 HD News at 6.
Winter weather causes hundreds of crashes on highways across the country, including ice, sending drivers slipping and sliding in the Shenandoah Valley. Plus, a Charlottesville church gives away coats, gloves, and winter gear to help families stay warm. But first, tonight, volunteers across the country are honoring our nation's service members this holiday season. They placed wreaths on the graves of veterans, including hundreds that are laid to rest at the Stanton National Cemetery. NBC 29's Madison Carter was there. She joins us now with tonight's top story. Madison.
Hey, good evening, Matt. Today's Wreaths Across America ceremony in Stanton had two purposes: to remember those who gave their lives and to teach the next generation what it means to make the ultimate sacrifice.
Today is about a commitment to the ones who've gone before us, to the missing, and also to today's veterans, that we will not forget them and what they did for this country.
Volunteers and veterans placed hundreds of wreaths on the grave sites of service members buried in Stanton National Cemetery. This was one of hundreds of Wreaths Across America ceremonies held nationwide on Saturday.
The aim is remember, honor, teach. And the aim is to put a wreath on every veteran's grave and spend some time with the young people explaining what this is all about.
They look at it, they see the history behind it, they understand about Stanton and it being a critical point in the Civil War, but then they see brand new graves and those who have sacrificed on behalf of them.
Every December, community members purchase the wreaths that are placed on the grave sites of soldiers who were killed.
It means a great deal that people take time out of the busy schedule, particularly during the holiday season, and recognize those who have served and given everything for the continuation of the country, the freedoms, the democracies that we have.
After a ceremony to honor the missing and dead, the crowd joined in to remember those laid to rest here.
Being a part of these type of events is honoring those who've given the ultimate sacrifice, who've died in support of this nation, protecting our freedom.
Everybody dies twice, once when they breathe their last, and once when their name is spoken for the last time.
Wreaths Across America started at Arlington National Cemetery in 1992. It's now in its 11th year as a nationwide observance organized by the Civil Air Patrol. Live in the studio, Madison Carter, NBC 29 HD News at 6.
Thank you, Madison. A Wreaths Across America event also took place this afternoon in Charlottesville at the Dogwood Vietnam Memorial in McIntyre Park. 7 wreaths were laid in front of the flags to symbolize the branches of the military. The service was hosted by Mission Barbecue, Monticello Motors, and the American Legion Post 74 from Keswick. Organizers say it's important to remember that America's freedom comes at a price.
As Ronald Reagan said, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. So it's important that we remember those who have served and what sacrifices they've done for me, for you, for everyone in America.
This is the first Wreaths Across America event at McIntyre Park. Harrisonburg police blame icy conditions this morning for an accident that trapped a woman under her car at the Deer Run Apartments. Police say the woman's car started sliding backwards down a hill as she was getting out. She became pinned underneath the vehicle until rescue crews could get her out. Tonight, the 21-year-old woman is recovering with non-life-threatening injuries. The slick conditions kept emergency crews busy in Waynesboro this morning. They responded to 35 crashes or disabled vehicles, and that was just between 5 and 10 a.m. Includes this accident on 4th Street. Waynesboro police say no one is seriously injured. A winter storm stretching coast to coast is causing traffic and travel nightmares on this last weekend before Christmas. At least 3 people have died from weather-related crashes. NBC's Chris Pallone reports.
Tonight, brutal winter weather is causing heartache and headaches across much of the country. In Baltimore, cars and trucks are still being pulled from I-95, where a 55-vehicle pileup and a fuel tanker explosion killed at least 3 people. Police in Maryland say icy roads have caused more than 300 crashes. It's a similar story in Indianapolis, where hundreds were trapped overnight in their cars after weather-related crashes caused highway gridlock.
I've been here for about 9 hours now, so haven't really moved.
The drivers even chose to drive the wrong way to an exit ramp to get out of the traffic jam.
It's been unlike anything I've ever seen in my 14-year career.
And it's not just the roads. From the Southwest to New England, much of the country is being battered by early season snow and ice. Saturday, airlines canceled nearly 2,000 flights and had more than 4,000 delays.
It's amazing. Just a nightmare.
The snow is joined by Arctic air in places like Minneapolis and Chicago. The Windy City facing a Sunday high temperature of 2 below zero.
It is brutally cold.
I don't know if you ever could be ready.
I hate winter.
It was an afternoon of digging out in the suburbs north of Boston, where a blanket of fresh snow arrived 4 days before the official start of winter. Chris Pallone, NBC News, Tewksbury, Massachusetts.
New tonight, a group of Mary Baldwin University alumni is voicing support for the school's decision to go co-ed. The university announced last month it will enroll male students in a new residential program starting in the fall of 2017. The decision outraged some students and alums. Now, in a letter to the community, more than 50 Mary Baldwin graduates say they support the decision and will back it financially.
Several alumni who have supported the changes and the announcements that the school has made, and so we wanted the community as a whole to know that there is in fact a group of alumni who do support the course of actions made by the school's leadership.
The letter is signed by alumni from classes back to 1967. We will post a copy of that full letter on our website, NBC29.com. A Chinese company plans to open a four-year college on the former Virginia Intermont College campus in Bristol. The U.S. Magus International Education Center bought the property for $3.3 million at a foreclosure auction Thursday. The company plans to renovate the campus buildings and apply for accreditation. Virginia Intermont closed in 2014 due to financial issues and plummeting enrollment. A restaurant on Charlottesville's downtown mall is shutting its doors tomorrow so its owners can focus on their new business in Belmont. Brookhaven Restaurant will serve its last Sunday brunch after 7 years in business. The owners also run Keevil & Keevil Grocery and Kitchen in the Belmont neighborhood. They say they are extremely passionate about the grocery store and deli business and want to focus all of their attention there.
There's nothing sad about it. It's just the next chapter. We're closing the chapter on Brookville and opening the chapter on Keevil & Keevil. And we want to thank everyone that's ever come up our stairs.
Brookville is open for brunch tomorrow from 11 till 2. A new tenant will take over the building around the new year. Dozens of people in Charlottesville will survive the cold winter months ahead in warmer gear thanks to a coat giveaway today. NBC 29's Taylor Gleason is live in our Charlottesville newsroom now with that story. Hi, Taylor.
Hey Matt, the big giveaway was held for its 5th year. Many people and organizations helped put this event together, including the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, as well as our city's vice mayor. The coat drive started when members of First Baptist Church were looking for a way to give back to the Charlottesville community. Since then, it's become a big event with people lining up around the block to be the first inside. More than 200 coats, gloves, and other winter gear were available for people to sift through. Vice Mayor Wes Bellamy says it's a rewarding experience seeing people leave with a new layer of clothing to get through the cold weather.
We see this every single year, and it's just really a beautiful thing when the community can come together. We've had donations from literally all over the city, the county, the area as a whole, just for people to give back to those in need.
That event started at 10 o'clock this morning, and by just 10:30, the church had given away the majority of its items. Now, participating organizations start collecting these winter items months in advance. If you're interested in donating to the Winter Coat Project, you can contact the First Baptist Church.
Taylor Gleason live in our Charlottesville newsroom tonight. Thank you, Taylor. The Carver Recreation Center in Charlottesville welcomed families today for a holiday craft party. The place was packed even before the 1 o'clock start time. Families filled the center for an afternoon of craft making, treats, and even visiting with Santa.
It's for kids of all ages. We have Santa Claus here so they can get their picture with Santa. We have, like I said, 10 different stations. We have Play-Doh, we have ornaments, we have little gingerbread houses, hot chocolate. It's a lot of fun.
The holiday craft party was free for those families to enjoy. Police break into a car to reach an elderly woman who appeared frozen to death, only to discover she was never alive at all. We will explain ahead at 6. Plus, a Charlottesville veterinary clinic is making sure pets who've passed away this year are not forgotten over the holidays.
And milder air continues to build in tonight, folks. Not worrying about any refreeze overnight, just some fog with temperatures only either side of 50. Showers likely tomorrow, breezy with highs around 60. We'll track when that colder air makes a comeback after the break.
And the Virginia Tech men's basketball team breaks the century mark against the Citadel. We'll have highlights a little later in sports.